But these two, I don't know if you can read that last one, but these two are very telltale. Sensations of ants crawling under skin. I mean, that's a very specific symptom that was reported in the court documents. And then delusions of bursting into flames. That's another very specific symptom that they reported. So, a practical explanation was brought about in the 70s by a woman named Linda Corporeal, who is still a professor at the Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York. And she suggested that there was a connection between a disease called ergotism and witch trials. And she first proposed this in 1976, and she published a paper, a very interesting kind of review of the lay of the land in Salem at the time and the symptoms and all that in the journal Science. And she proposed that the ergot toxin, which is a fungus that I'll talk about later, causes a disease, which it does, called St. Anthony's fire. And that some of these symptoms of the disease correlate very strongly to the symptoms of so-called witchcraft, according to history. There's two forms of ergotism, and it's not really known why one versus the other is caused, but one is gangrenous ergotism and one is convulsive, and I should add hallucinogenic ergotism. So, what is ergot? It's kind of a weird word. It's a French word that means spurt, and it's a fungus whose Latin name is Claviceps purpurea, purple fungus, and it affects the ears of rye. So this is a rye crop, and this is, look how huge. This is called a sclerotium, and that is the dormant, kind of sleeping body of the fungus that affects the rye crop. And so every winter, these fall to the ground, but the harvest time comes before that, and this would be mixed in with the rye crop. And so when the rye crop was taken to the miller, they would mill the crop, and up to 30% of the ground rye, and all throughout